How is everyone? Back in the orchid koi house, whatever you want to call it. And I've come in today, Sunday. The last video I filmed on Saturday. I've come in this morning and the pond has got no foam on it at all. I put some foam big in yesterday, in my last video. And I'm going to put the Rapid Clear in today. But once I've enjoyed them for a bit, because the water goes a cloudy colour once you put it in. You can just see there coming up, you can just see where's it gone? Can't see it now. Just coming up at the back there, this shadow here. That's the Momentoro. Oh, it's nice to see it come up and eat. First time I've seen it come up and eat. That's one pellet. Go on, son. Yes, no, you bugger, didn't take it. Yes, it did. 2 pellets. That's good. I'm over the moon about that. Because you want to see your koi eating. So, why has the foam be gone? Yes, that does get rid of it sort of quite quickly, I've got to admit. But I think one of the main things which I've done, I played about with my air yesterday. On here, and what I've done, I'll show you this. On the pond, I've really turned it down. So what I've noticed, I think when I turn this right up, if you watch this, looks quite gentle, good stream look, really good stream, plenty of air for this little pond. There's the Chiba getting some food. But if I put this on full, which it was before, there it goes now, and I actually dialed down other outlets which I've got here. So this one is on more. I put this on more because this is a really clear pond, so this is on more. And I've actually reduced this, so this was probably more like that before. Now most, I'm getting onto like this, really bubbling. As you can see, the actual bubbles are bigger, they're not like gentle coming up. Because what happens is, even though these are called air pumps, they don't put air into your pond. It's not oxygen, that just puts air into the water column, and the longer it passes through the water, it collects air with it, and then when it bubbles on the top of the surface and the bubbles pop, that's drawing air in. It's the actual motion of the air column of water that's putting air into the pond, not the actual pump pumping air directly into the pond. If that makes any sense. It makes perfect sense to me, but it might not to you. So I've upset my balance now here. So what I did yesterday, I turned this one on, and this one basically goes to that water storage there, which has got water in, and I put koi food in, and it's my food that automatically feeds on this line here. So that's adding air to that, so it's an outlet. The other outlet is in here, let me pan out, which is this one, which I'll do on about half, and then this one is on about half now, so they're a bit more balanced. That's too much, that's not enough, so I'll go a bit more. Let me zoom in. So I think I'm going to try it there. So basically just dialing down that air in this pond, and hopefully that's going to add to the clarity. Oh, they heard Momentoro from Gary's getting brave. You see it there, look, with the lovely head pattern. I really want to get that growing this winter, but I've not got heat on there, and that's probably at 13 degrees at the moment, so I'm going to keep pushing it. I've still got the Sakia Kari going in. There it is. That's 3 pellets it's had now. 4. That's 4 pellets it's had, so that's obviously getting a bit more brave. So if I can get some food in that over the next couple of months, that's 5. Come on, 6. Bloody hell. That's had about 6 pellets itself. So anyway, so I think I've sorted the foam out. Win-win. The clarity, what do you reckon? After 1 week, that is a lot better. So I'm going to put the ear back on this. I said on my last video, I'm not going to show you how to do this, but like I said on my last one, you've got to make sure that this water level here is higher, as you can see. You can see them up, travelling through, look. So that's pushing from the centre where the K1 is and where the air is, and it's pushing to the outer. Okay, and then this is actually, look how filthy this outer is now. So once I've cleaned this out, I sometimes get the odd K1 going on a journey. I know people have riveted or put tie wraps in here and got this on here, but I've just put that there just to show you. That's what I was going to do it, but you can actually put that to shape and then tie wrap it, but I don't bother. I'll just leave it like that and just catch the odd one that does go on a bit of a mission. So I'll leave that to bubble a bit more. It's not for you won't get this, you won't see this like perfectly clear, but you should notice this outer getting really dirty. This has been like this for about 10 minutes now. So what I'm going to do, I want to show you something else. This is the this is the Saki Balance, and this is a Fladen to make your food sink in for koi carp. When you've got koi, you know, koi, not koi, koi fishing, fishing with carp. When you go carp fishing, this is what you get. This is what you can have, and this is quite a big one that I found on the internet, eBay or something like that years ago. So I put a bit of water in, put my food in, pumped it on the top. You basically do that, you pull the lever up. I've actually a video on this, one of my early videos, round about vlog 10 or something like that's on there. I've got it on a short clip, and you can make your food sink in, and then you just release the air, and then the food will sink. And then you're best to really drain it, drain the water. What you're best to do is probably pull it through something like that, to be fair. Up. Yeah. I think I'll just pour it through that. Got most of that out there now, and then what you'll find is most of it will sink. There you go, and you'll see them smash it to bits now. So koi, there you go, there's that Momotaro. Koi definitely prefer sinking food. Don't get anybody says they would much prefer sinking food than, because it's natural. The mouths, as you may know, look, they just sweep and suck off the bottom in dirt, mud ponds. If you look at mud ponds in Japan and things like that, or in any pond, they'll just sift through the dirt and get not insects but worms and all sorts of stuff that's living in there. So they will absolutely love eating off the bottom. So that's why I do it. There you go, look, see that? I just caught that Momotaro shower eating off the bottom, look. And then again, God, that's a greedy bugger. So we've seen that. I must have counted 7 pellets on the surface, and look at it sweep them up, and that's why I'm doing this, because I didn't see it eat off the surface before today, and I wanted to make sure it's getting some food in it and these bigger ones aren't out competing it. So that's what I wanted to show you there. I'll probably, there's still quite a bit in there, look. So that's quite a lot of food there, but there's some big fish in there, so I'll just put it all in there. So I wanted to show you that. It's quite a nifty jobby. I have got the Aquasource, Aquasource Balance Plus floating and sinking 50-50 mix. Now I've got to report that this is not 50-50. There's no way that 50% of these sink. Not a chance. Not a chance. Now I don't know whether, obviously, because it's maybe there's more left in the bag, so if you have it in a tub like this and you're taking off, but when I'm putting the food in, because I've got this in a tub on my pond up there, on the main pond, there's no way it's sinking. 50% of it going in is sinking. So I suspect though, in the tub, because it's the sinking is denser, therefore it's heavier, it's probably sinking in the tub. But so you might end up that at first there's a lot of floating, and then you end up with a lot of sinking. However, I mean, I don't really want to, you know, let's just do a comparison if you want with this. So if you look in here, look, you can see the pellets are different. See the sinking? Now if I stir up and say take that out, so half of that should be sinking. Now it's the Aquasource, because it's lower quality, not low quality, it's still a good food, but it's not as good as the Saki Balance. So these in here are on this, so let me put these some in, so let's see how much of this sinks. It's probably what, 1, 2, 3, 20, there's some sinking ones there. There you go, look. So out of all of that, only 2 pellets have sunk. 1, 2, that one's Adam, look, already. 2 pellets. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 20 on the surface. But these, to me, look how more fluffier that is compared to this. So I think that is meant to be sinking, but it don't bloody sink. It's definitely smaller in size. So I don't know. So yeah, I'm not impressed with that, because you're paying more to have a percentage of sinking, and out of say 25 pellets there, you only got 2 pellets that are sunk. And I'm not the best at maths, but that's not a 50-50 mix to me. So yeah, a bit of a disappointment that. So I don't know. It puts me off buying it again, because you know, you're not getting what you're paying for, or you may as well get a bag of bloody floating. The date on the bag as well, before anyone points to date. The batch number 11359, best before 03/2024. So this is probably still on shelves. There's definitely not a 50-50. I mean, at that percentage, what do you reckon that is? It's not even a 90-10. 95-5, 95% 5. Whether I'm missing something, I don't know. Anyway, so this is about done. You see the bits in the Micro K1, so I'm going to turn the air off now. Turn the air off. I'll grab the Rogue K1, just keep my eye out, and then that'll do me. Then dump it. I do normally keep this on while I'm doing that, because as it's dropping, I leave it on because that's causing an internal pressure, and then that means that in my brain, in my brain anyway, the water can't get back in there while I'm draining. That makes sense. So I like to leave it bubbling as it's draining, because then the crap can't, like I say, it's got less chance to get back in there, even though it's not going to stop everything. I'm going to drop that back in the centre, so when I fire it up, it will catch a bit more, as opposed to making the pond cloudy. There's a bit of K1 in there. So what I'll do now, give all this more, look at all this sediment and stuff. Well, it's disturbed. The mead is looking quite clean in there now. It's good enough to me. I'm going to get my hose out, give it a good hose, fill it back up, and then the last 4 minutes of this video is going to be the rapid clear, so you can see what that flocculant looks like once it's in. Oh, things are looking better. So, there we have it. Filter back on, filter clean. Everything's back on. You can see this is running at, it says 15 on here. So I'm not quite sure. I think that, I don't know whether that's 13 watts or whether it's 25 watts. I'll take it as 25 watts, I don't know, or 25%, I don't bloody know. Anyway, everything's back on. You can see the ripple in this that this causes here. I've actually got I think I've shown you before, I've put, there's like a TRP on the end that you can adjust. It's all solid now, but I've just pushed that in there and it's working a treat, and that reduces the outlet. Is probably about 30 mil on that. So, and this is obviously 2 inch. This is 2 inch, so as it goes through there, it's building a bit of back pressure up. So it's sort of, I've got it directing a little bit down, but still a little bit up, if that makes sense, to cause that ripple there. There's that's set up now, and as you can see, if you just catch it right, you can just see the circle of ripple that it's building there, look. So that's what I'm setting it on, so that's been reduced, but there's still plenty of flow through. I mean, look at the circulation just here. It's like a little mini vortex, look. So what with the water getting diverted sort of down towards an angle here, I just wanted a bit of a ripple there, but I think I did try. I could point it at a real angle down to the bottom, or you could actually drop it and have it pointing down to the bottom and sweeping the actual floor. 5%, well, 5% power left. I better get a move on then and conclude this week's video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this in. This is for my battery drains, and you'll see that it starts to cloud. See the cloud coming? Can you see it at that end? You put it in and it just seems to miraculously appear. Look, like a smoke. Very weird. Can you see that? So that's, put it in, and then it just turns the pond like a creamy colour. You can't see the fish anymore. So that's the rapid clear. So there you go. Pond maintenance done. Change the water, probably about 10%, because obviously I drained that down, and just showing you what the rapid clear looks like. So it gets cloudy for a few days, a bit like when you put clay in. I don't mind that because it's like a nice, it reminds me like a mud pond that you can't really see perfectly clear, because ponds naturally aren't perfectly clear like tap water. You know, a lot of people mistake that they see cloudy water like this and think, oh, that's not healthy water, but the fish feel a lot better like this. They don't feel as scared from above, and you know, they do like to be in a bit of murky water, I find anyway. So there we go. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Oh, one last thing. There was something else in there. I've got a little wildlife pond, so it's a good idea this time of year to get anything that's out there on solar. I'll give it a good clean, so it's lovely and sparkling now. Tipping upside down so you can't get no sun onto it while it's in here. That's stored away now, clean, ready for the new season. Goodbye.